Well, we're back at it again. Moist Critical has an update about huge nuclear drama where women have been set back 10,000 years. I think Zenin Naoya would be happy about this. Happy Jujutsu Kaisen Day. There's some crazy gamer drama happening. TLDR, apparently a guy was like straight up getting canceled and shit on for telling a girl to switch a character in a video game tournament where $40,000 was on the line. And the level of misandry, the toxic bitch behavior happening was so insane that everyone's talking about it. I want to get in on it. Charlie, let me know.
I haven't heard of video game drama this big since the whole Dream Minecraft speedrunning saga. What's happening with the Marvel Rivals $40,000 tournament situation is
a lot of money.
Pretty bizarre. In a nutshell, there was a Marvel Rivals tournament with a $40,000 prize purse. There was a player by the name of KINGSMAN who really wanted to take this seriously, making a mention that this money would be very helpful to him as a college student.
Very important point here. He's a broke college student trying to ball out with this, game tournament and pay off his tuition like that, right? And the way that these girls ate him up for that, oh, it is disgusting. Just wait.
And the rest of the team didn't seem to take it all that seriously. And eventually, when KINGSMAN was trying to, make changes to the team comp so they could better stand a chance at winning, they all attacked him, and eventually it led to him getting kicked from the tournament. His team then went on to place second to last.
This KINGSMAN guy was carrying the team. He apparently had a score. I don't know what the actual kill death ratio was, but he was like 15-0 and something. I don't know. And the girl who was asked to change characters was like 0-5-0. He was 18-2. He was hard carrying the team. He was 18-2, putting his fucking team on the back. And then there's this girl playing at 200 ping. 200 ping as Black Widow sniping. If you don't know the significance of that, you have to have low ping to snipe. She's a one-trick pony. She will not play anything other than a sniper. She has 200 ping, and she's letting the team down. KINGSMAN says, change off. There's $40,000 on the line. Guess what she did? We'll find out.
In the tournament.
Okay, guys. Pace and point proven.
Right over here. Case. Where is he? CC, I think, is the girl right here that we should all be aware of. I think this is the girl that's been crashing out, right?
Right now. Do you understand?
No, well, you've been making me play shit. Of course I'm gonna play.
How do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, it's deadass KINGSMAN. Like,
Deadass.
Okay.
Ooh, deadass, shut the fuck up, KINGSMAN. My king right now is battling a bunch of harpies. A bunch of screeching banshees. It's like fucking 3v1 right now in the comms.
Right now.
Wait, first of all, it's
Deadass.
Like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing too much.
Lucy's not even on Invis. Second of all, you're getting value because
No. She shouldn't be dead.
Yes.
I'm getting value because I'm 1v6ing.
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5.
He's 1v6ing. Okay, Zaza is one. Okay, where's the names? So KINGSMAN hits can right here, 18-2, right? This is KINGSMAN. You can see the board. Zaza stack, sorry, 0-5-0. This is the girl right here. This is the girl that's like, switch off right now. You are tanking the team. I think a guy that has 18 kills, 2 assists, and 1 death probably has the right to say, I think something is off. There is a dead weight here we need to switch off of, right?
Hulk isn't peeling for you, bro. Yes, Zaza is 0-5, but we won the point, bro. Why? Because they were hard. Like, 4 people are dying here. That means 4 of their util, 4 of their resources are all spent on Zaza.
I saw.
That's crazy, Cove. I've never heard that mental gymnastics in my life. Yo, Zaza, okay, Zaza 05, okay, right? But the fact that Zaza died 5 times, that they used 5 ults on him, right? He died. Okay, Zaza died, but they used their ult on him, so that's a dub. That's some crazy level of mental gymnastics to excuse your underperformance.
That was a couple days ago, and I was so confused why anyone would be joining a tournament if they didn't actually care about winning at all. So he is very clearly trying his best to help the team win.
Yeah.
And they were talking about like how toxic and annoying and insufferable he was, things like that, which eventually led to him getting kicked and being like disrespectful, that kind of thing.
Apparently, her boyfriend then wrote like a twit longer, posted on Twitter to defame and just like cancel Kingsman. And that's where I think it really exploded.
From all the clips I've seen, he never made any like personal attacks against anyone. He was never even like overbearing or like yelling and screaming. The closest he came was in this clip here where he's like, do you understand? Like, case in point, we should make a switch. This isn't working. Our widow is 0, 5, and 0, which is a very fair point and a good suggestion because it clearly wasn't working. They may have won the point, but I think it's a large part because Kingsman put the team on his fucking back here. Like 18-2, he was kind of going insane style. I don't know why this became such a huge issue for his teammates where they hated him so much for trying to win that they started insulting him after the fact. And that's where most of the drama stems from.
It got fucking nasty.
Them refusing to switch is one thing that feels like it's kind of trolling and just intentionally throwing the tournament for the sake of vibes, which is weird because, again, just go play quick play or something.
This is the part where it's getting spread a lot around on Twitter. There's a lot of like insider memes and references happening. Oh yeah, just tossing away 40,000 for the vibes.
Why even bother going into a tournament if the goal isn't to try and win it? He made it clear he wanted to sweat because this would be very important money for him in his situation with college. Now, I also heard that when the tournament was put together, there wasn't an announcement about how much money was on the line. So I think maybe there was some confusion from the team where they wanted to just play for fun and sillies and goofies. And then once $40,000 was announced, they still had that mindset. Meanwhile, Kingsman really wanted piece of that pie because it would be helpful to him. It'd be like $3,000, which is a significant amount of money, especially for someone in college where this could be very useful. So that clashed where he really wanted to win. His team, who they didn't give too much of a fuck. They didn't think it was that big of a deal. So he, throughout like their time playing together, would be making like suggestions and saying like, hey, you know, there's going to be this in the tournament. There's going to be that. Maybe we should look at this. Maybe we should look at that. And I think they were just getting so annoyed that he was wanting to win so badly that they started to really resent him for it. It eventually led to like the...
Isn't that crazy? You're in a tournament for $40,000 and there's one guy trying to actually fucking help the team win. How dare he? Fuck this guy. How dare a man try to tell a bunch of girls how to fucking live? How dare you tell me to get off fucking Black Widow? I think this is misogyny.
Bubbling over point where he got reported to the tournament organizer. They said a whole bunch of nasty stuff about him, and then it snowballed into what it is today, mainly because the team captain was so vocal about her disdain for this guy. She said things like, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills.
Ooh, we getting personal with it. Yo, Kingsman is a fucking incel. Stupid ass fucking weeb, bro. I bet he goons to lollies. I bet he has no friends. 20 years in the mother's basement doing nothing. Loser. It's getting nasty, bro. Oh my god.
You are also spending your time inside playing video games. You're
but she's a cutie Asian girl, content creator, streamer girl with a lot of tier 3 subs in an army of simps, you know? She's different from Kingsman.
Streamer. Why are you using that as an insult against him? I didn't really detect a lack of social skills throughout any of the footage I saw of them playing together. I guess you could make an argument that, you know, maybe his attitude could grind your gears because he was offering like a lot of advice on potential team comps, and he did multiple times mention like, hey, the Black Widow's probably not going to work here. We've got to be mindful of like dive comps, that kind of thing. Would you be willing to try like Bucky perhaps? And they would always kind of like roll their eyes at him and be like, shut the fuck up. Like, there's a clip I saw where one of them was like, you've got to just drop this. That's enough. Stop making suggestions, basically, about, you know, switching. It's not happening. Look, which I think is a pretty hostile response to that, because this is coming from a place of him just trying to help the team win. I don't think he was being like necessarily overbearing with it or anything.
To me, it felt like he's being very assertive, right? Not being rude, maybe, right? I mean, he's definitely confronting in the beginning, saying, see, like, what are you fucking talking about, right? This is the, like, what happened, right? It's so clear, like, why we're losing, right? I think that's like the final moments, though, right? But even then, was it coming from a place of hating women, though? Because I feel like a lot of this is trying to package and trying to defame KINGSMAN into this misogynist who did this because he hates women. But when he is actually a top 50 player, right? He is a high ranked player carrying the team. Objectively, someone that you should listen to win this tournament if you want to. Yet, what the fuck are we doing? Thank you, Senshi, for the raid. We're talking about some sweaty drama right now. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the Jujutsu Kaisen episode. We'll be watching that later. Shout outs to Senshi. Please go follow him.
Thing like that. He certainly wasn't really being aggressive about it. Like, he never got personal. He was never like insulting his teammates. He was never doing anything like that from what I could tell. So I truly didn't see like a lack of social skills. I just saw someone who really wanted to win because there was a significant amount of money on the line.
I think she jumped to conclusion. I think it's more of like, you know, stereotypically, you know, male gamer, sweaty, probably hates women, misogynist, incel, you know, that kind of like stereotype does exist. Therefore, she just categorized him as that to reduce him to this in order for her to win the argument, right?
And if you're in a tournament, why would you not be trying to win? Team captain even made this statement saying, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer.
You don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer. He's also not taking a no. You're not taking a no either. Like, this is just such a weird hill to die on.
Which is a certified stinky comment for sure. That's a big time PU moment right there for the Jumbotron. I don't know where that's even coming from. His suggestions weren't heeded. Okay? He didn't start like, you know, stomping his feet and yelling and screaming and pissing and shitting about it either. He's just like, okay, alright, we'll do it. We'll run it, fuck it, we'll do it live. And when it didn't work, he did eventually say like, look, told you so, can we please make this switch? And then still got attacked for it. I didn't see any examples of him not taking no for an answer. Like, yes, he did make a suggestion multiple times, like, would you be willing to try this? Would you be willing to maybe switch here? What about...
Basically, they want him to shut the fuck up and just play and lose.
This. But that isn't not taking no for an answer. That is coming from someone who wants to win a fucking $40,000 tournament. He then continued to insult KINGSMAN and I guess anyone that was supporting him in her Discord saying, yo, KINGSMAN cocksuckers, screenshot this.
Why would you do this? Why would you further, like, incriminate yourself and add more receipts? I guess Cece really thought that, like, she could get away with it. That, like, she has all the motion, that she is a content creator, she has a community, and she can simply silence this fucking incel by being mean. I just don't get it. This is, to me, it feels like she is genuinely having a manic episode, and she's tripling, quadrupling down. It's too late, and she wants to win no matter what, and she's being so aggressive with it without realizing that you're just providing extra receipts for the public to see, and when the average well-intentioned person sees these receipts, they're gonna be like, you crazy.
Y'all think I ain't seen the toxicity in the KINGSMAN Discord with not spreading hate from the mods and KINGSMAN community? Fire emoji.
And you know what? They're probably, I'm just gonna assume, probably some people in KINGSMAN Discord is saying, you just a dumbass fucking nasty ass bitch. Yeah. There's probably some comments that's also very misogynistic. Yeah. Hating on Cece because she's a woman, because she did all this trash stuff. Yeah. But like, you're bringing this upon yourself. You're literally setting your your gender, right? Your woman, and like, this is setting yourself back 10,000 years. Women ain't gonna be allowed to drive, let alone vote at this rate if you keep doing this shit. Like, well-intentioned women are getting fucked over because you're crashing out like this, showing how nasty you can be. Just hating on a guy because he's a guy. Like, it's crazy. This is so unnecessary. And again, this is gonna radicalize more young, impressionable men. They're going to have this idea that women are all like this, and then good luck.
This one will really get your eyebrow in the air. So she's calling out the people that were supporting KINGSMAN, saying they're cocksuckers and how toxic they are. Meanwhile, she is...
Why is cocksucker an insult given from a woman to a man? Because in a heterosexual relationship, the woman is doing the sucking on the cock. And for a heterosexual woman to be calling out a guy for sucking a cock does not mean that, like, she is reducing a man to a woman's status. I know there's more than one interpretation of this statement, but I was just thinking about this the other day, and I was like, does that really make sense? you're basically calling a man on the same level as a woman, but you are a woman. Therefore, this insult is basically acknowledging that you are lesser than. You know what I mean?
Been the most openly toxic.
Obviously, there's the homophobia aspect to it, right? Obviously, but I'm just trying to think of different flavors of this interpretation.
Like vocally expressing her disdain for this guy and now like his community. And let's not get it twisted. I think it's pretty obvious. Most people have probably seen a lot of like really dog shit takes from people that are using this as just like a giant insult against all women who play video games.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Again. Girls in gaming environments has always been just fighting an uphill battle, right? There's a lot of fucked up guys that will just shit on girls for simply being a girl. You're in a game in like voice comms and you hear a girl's voice and guys will just shit on her. Sometimes they'll simp, but a lot of dudes will just be really mean, right? There is that culture in that. So shit like this happening, oh my God, it is just the worst.
That is absolutely happening and that shit sucks. Those are some fucking losers you can make fun of. Absolutely. Yeah. But she, from what I can tell, when this message was sent...
This is, again, what I call a bad faith actor, right? How many times have we talked about this term BFA? Bad faith actors, right? The vocal minority, just wolves in sheep's clothing in any community, any group, taking advantage, of whatever privileges that they have and ruining it for everyone else in that community.
Was talking about like anyone that was expressing support for...
It's kind of like that, remember that drama with the girl who was an Uber Eats driver and there was a guy that was passed out naked in the couch and the girl simply should have dropped the food outside the door, but she went inside and started to say, I got sexually harassed. Remember that shit, right? Again, when you do that, suddenly you are taking away from actual victims of sexual assault. No one's going to trust you anymore because you have bad faith actors like this abusing the privileges that's been granted out of sympathy, and it just makes them worse. So now, again, setting yourself back, right? You fuck up everything because of your selfish entitlement.
KINGSMAN, and I'm sure there probably were some like absolute greaseballs that went through and said some terrible things, sure. But to extend that to like anyone that was supporting KINGSMAN, calling them cocksuckers, I think is just kind of crazy, especially considering she has by far been the most mean and nasty about this. KINGSMAN, from what I saw from the clips that were during this time, he tried to like actively say like, hey, don't go harass anyone and don't be mean. It is what it is at the end of the day. Like, he was clearly upset about it, but I felt like he was doing, or at least making an effort to try and stop people from going and doing shit like that. Okay. She, on the other hand, was just openly attacking him.
Everyone thinks this guy's a
exploder like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow. I need this for my college. I need this for my college.
This is nasty. Listen to this girl right here.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
This is a clip.
6, 7. You really insulting a guy trying to fucking grind his way out of fucking college debt, playing in this fucking tournament, putting his fucking life on the line to win this fucking game, and you get a 6, 7 loser? A bunch of content creator friends laughing at a dude who is trying to pay off tuition. It's comically evil. This is the equivalent. Like, I'm just starting to realize this. Yo, you know who this is? It's just reminding me of this shit, bro. That time I got banished from the SSS rank party. Yo, KINGSMAN straight up got banished from the fucking party. And now he has to get his own harem. It's multi. Yo, it's straight up an anime plot. This is straight up a banished from the party fucking anime plot happening right now. Holy shit.
7 more years.
This is a clip I keep seeing spread around. That first clip is when he is explaining like why the Widow's not going to work, and they're like, oh, great point. Go fuck yourself. We're still playing Widow. That's all we're gonna do. We're here just for good vibes, good time, and I don't care if this money means something to you because it doesn't to us.
Good vibes means belittling and shitting on a regular person trying to pay off college debt. While a group of content creator friends in their communities actively shit on this poor guy because he dared to try to win a tournament. because their egos got bruised. How dare a man try to tell me to switch off a Black Widow when I'm fucking 0-5-0 playing a 200 ping.
That second clip, that is not Cece, that is someone else named Lucy.
Okay.
Whom has deleted this VOD, so I can't even find the full context here, but from the sound of things,
it's crazy that like they even thought doing this live was a good idea. Like imagine being so deranged, out of touch with anything that is genuine that you think you can just go live and shit on a guy's college fucking like struggles like that. It's wild to me, right? Like I could maybe understand you did this offline in like a group chat privately, right? I'm not even talking about the morality or the ethics of what's going on. I'm talking just straight up just like classroom of the elite strategies of like, why would you do this publicly? You really think you would have just gotten away with it?
She is insulting Kingsman because of him expressing the want of the $3,000 because it would be very helpful to him as a college.
Yeah, and you know what? The more I think about it, I think it's because of the army of simps they have. This is gonna be very like what's it called? Very assuming of me. But I think that these girls have built up a community of yes men simps that will literally ride or die for them. And they have been conditioned to think they can get away with anything. Even shit like this. And this is probably just like another litmus test, like a limit test of how far they can push the boundaries, bro. And I've seen this type of behavior not just like here, but in like different fandoms and communities too, where there's these people called cry bullies, right? Where they will use like their position of marginalism, whether they be a female, whether they be trans, whether they be, you know, a different race that's not white, right? Basically, be a minority, be a marginalized person, and use those basically like sympathy points given onto them as like a weapon. How many times have we seen people crash out and label men as just misogynists for like, even like the Gachiakuta drama? Remember that shit with the feminist shit? Right? I'm not saying all feminists do this, but I'm saying this happens a lot in specific communities where you see pronouns and flags in the bio. You know why people crash out when they see pronouns and flags in the bio? It's because of pattern recognition of shit like this happening, where the marginalized communities will use their marginalized minority status as like a weapon and a shield at the same time. They go on the offensive and defensive. They simultaneously are able to shit on people that are basically calling them out for something objective as a human being, yet they fall back on their identity of I'm a woman, I'm trans, I'm, you know, I'm this minority, and now you are hateful against this thing, and now domain expansion. Straight up. This is their domain expansion. They're alting. Domain expansion. You're a misogynist. And I'm like, you got me. Shit. I gotta open up my simple domain right now and try to argue myself out of this shit.
Student, so then she's like making fun of him, taking the piss, even threw in an absolutely...
No, they do act as a victim while acting as an oppressor because they have been oppressed, right? So here's the thing. I think it is an absolute fact that women are oppressed. I think obviously marginalized and minorities are oppressed, right? But like that doesn't give you a right to be nasty to others. They then basically want control. They want to do the same harm done to them to others, and we will use their protected status again, like offensively and defensively, right? What did Panda say, bro? What did Panda say to Mekamaru in the Kyoto Exchange event during their fight? Mekamaru is crashing out about, I didn't ask for any of this shit. I suffered so much. And Panda says, your hardships is not an excuse to make other people victims, right? He says something like that, right? Just because you had a hard life doesn't mean you can make other people's lives hard. You can't just use your victimhood again to be like, oh, poor me, and then fuck everyone else.
Revolting 6'7" meme reference that'll make your skin crawl about it. It's just very mean-spirited. There's also another clip of her talking about it, saying, like, even if you support Kingsman, like it's fucking Israel or something. I don't even know what she was trying to say with that one.
The Jews are backing Kingsman, bro. I knew it. They've been always behind it.
So, since I referenced it, I'll show you that clip, too.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways.
Okay.
Whatever you have in your head, I have a genuine question.
Ask.
I think everyone has a genuine question.
She didn't even ask. She just compared it to Israel for some reason.
After seeing that segment there, I don't know why she would be saying something like that.
Yeah, I think she watched too much Hassan. I know somebody that defaults onto Israel whenever something bad happens. Yo, who shocked my dog? I can't believe they made me shock my dog.
With this, again, the whole VOD, from what I can tell, is no longer accessible, so I don't even know what the question she was about to ask is. But yeah, it's definitely not a good look, and she is very openly, like, making fun of Kingsman from what I can see in the clips that still exist of it. But this is not CC. This was not someone that played on Kingsman's team.
This is one of the friends, right? This is Lucy or something.
I don't believe. All of this is only the tip of the iceberg, by the way.
More receipts are coming out right now. Today, even more shit has dropped. Again, and maybe there's like a part 2 to this.
It gets so much deeper. There was a Google Doc that was put out there from the widow's boyfriend. The
Black Widow, the girl that was asked to switch off the character's boyfriend. Imagine being such a fucking simp ass loser that you try to just ruin another dude's reputation by just making shit up because your girlfriend got her ego hurt, and then she told him, someone do something, and then they say chivalry ain't dead. Wow, what a fucking shining knight in white armor.
The tournament organizer initially like doubled down, saying, nope, I maintain my position here. He deserved to be kicked from this tournament. He violated all of our rules.
Best part, I think, is like the boyfriend apparently, so the boyfriend made the tweet longer, and then the girlfriend then like threw him under the bus to save her career, apparently. I don't know how true it is, but like I heard that like as soon as they realized that like the public consent was not on their favor, the girl was like, ah shit, let me prioritize my career. My boyfriend is a fucking loser. He's a misogynist. I can't believe he would do this, and just threw him in the fucking bus.
And then today he came forward very somber, like, look, I know everyone's mad at me and they're right to be mad at me. I was wrong about everything. I looked at this misleading evidence. It was only from one side and it was incorrect. I acted too hastily.
Wait a minute. Isn't this what Cinder did too? The VTuber? What happened during the Cinder drama? Her manager, who was her boyfriend, was the one behind all of the fucking weird shit, right? Demeaning all her competition, right? Yo, there's a pattern here, man. There's a pattern with power-hungry women and simp boyfriends and how they will just... This is Death Note. Except Light is a girl and Misa is the boy. It's beautiful, man. Wow. I'm glad that there is true gender equality here. It's not just men abusing dumb girls. It's women abusing dumb guys. It's beautiful, bro. Again, domain expansion.
So now he's like singing a very different tune about how, you know, he's had this come to Jesus moment after seeing the other side of the story with Kingsman. It's very clear that he was manipulated by incorrect information. He shouldn't have kicked him from the tournament.
When they come in here, the people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush.
About what?
I don't know why it's like...
This is the tournament organizer who approved of kicking Kingsman off the tournament after he got a complaint that, like, he dared to tell a girl to switch off Black Widow.
Difficult to admit when you're wrong and when you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on.
Okay.
Everybody in this team knew what was going on. And
what was going on?
That's whatever. It doesn't matter.
Also, Kaplunk, who was the boyfriend in this story, is reaching out with an apology, saying that he went about it the wrong way and overstepped. Zaza, the widow, told him to leave it alone, but he couldn't control his impulses.
He couldn't control his impulses. Imagine she told him to do it, and now she told him, you gotta fucking write a statement saying it's your fault and not mine. I wonder like how true this is gonna be, bro. Like it's kind of cause like it's hard for me to believe that the boyfriend would have just acted independently without her knowing anything, right? I think she kind of like told him and basically hinted or implied that like you should do something for me. And now that like the public, you know, just like overall acknowledgement is bad, they're like backtracking, right? And sacrificing him.
Demon had to be let out of the cage. Thus, he went in and started sending clips to the tournament organizer to kick him.
And if there is any hate to be directed at me, not Zaza or Kingsman. This is such cucked behavior. This is some insane level of simping and cuckoldry happening right now. Imagine being the boyfriend of this demon, this demoness, bro. This fucking succubus, this harpy, this banshee, bro. This eldritch nightmare. And you go out and try to defend your you know, lady's honor. And then she fucking spits on you and says, now take it back. You fucked up. Be my scapegoat. And she says, yes, ma'am. And he just licking her fucking toes and he probably gets off on it.
The Google Doc, all that kind of stuff. And then finally, CC, the team captain, the
I love this part. I need you to focus on the panic attacks here.
one who was by far the most openly hostile to Kingsman and anyone that was showing any level of support for him, came forward with an apology as well, saying, I'm sorry, I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up with 1,000 noties from the day before, and people had joined my server from Kingsman, having a panic attack, and I'm having a panic attack! Started experiencing them, so in my freak out, I said Kingsman lacks social skills because he spends his time playing video games.
No, a panic attack would make you just go offline because you're too nervous and anxious. This was you just doubling down. There's nobody that has a panic attack that would just act in such a hostile, aggro way. Your statement was very calculating, specifically attacking Kingsman on the negative stereotype of gamer dudes being filthy ass fucking mother's basement dweeb, you know, incels, right? Social skills lacking, autist retard. That's what you're trying to say. Come on now.
Side, I was angry and ended up lashing out at him lashing out at him instead of his community. I deeply regret it. I apologize for flinging another insult out. It shows I have terrible character, but
yeah, you do.
I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks.
Okay, this is a crazy tweet. I love the Toji arts, bro. No, this isn't the one I'm trying to show you. This one. Domain expansion. Panic attack, bro. I see this shit happening a lot. I see this shit happening a lot with girls in drama in VTuber spaces too, where a VTuber girl will crash out. There was an incident, right? There was a girl, it was a man-hating movement and there was a lot of drama happening, and it ended with the VTuber girl saying, I'm in the hospital now. I'm sorry guys, I don't know what's gotten up, but I'm in the hospital in my mental health. I'm feeling suicidal. Domain expansion, bro. My mental health. Domain expansion, panic attack. Domain expansion, suicidal. That's their final move. It's their ultimate trump card, bro. It's also kind of how Nicholas Light during the One Punch Man shit. Domain expansion. Child pornography. People are spamming CP and hacking the account. Therefore, I had to delete my tweet. Domain expansion. CP. You know what I mean? These are ultimate absolutes that no one wants to kind of touch, because what if they are suicidal? What if they actually do off themselves, right? Then it looks bad. But oh my god, the way that they abuse these fucking ultimate attacks disgust me.
A community note even got hot dropped on here straight off the battle bus saying, even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across
the readers. Okay, community note here is crazy.
social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash. So that apology didn't...
She's upset and she's sorry that she got caught, right? Like, this type of behavior doesn't happen spontaneously. This is like a pattern of behavior. This is the kind of person she is. She's not gonna change. There is no way she's gonna change. You think she's actually apologetic? If I was in her shoes, I would feel angry. I would feel angry that I got caught and that a lot of people are siding with Kingsman, and I wouldn't change myself. Why would I better myself? That's how she's probably thinking.
Really go as smoothly as I think she was hoping it would. And interestingly enough, from what I can find, Kingsman throughout this entire thing has tried to urge people not to harass anyone that's been involved in it. You know, Zaza, her boyfriend, Cece, anyone. He's been trying to like actively calm things down to the best.
Well played, Kingsman. Because right now you don't have to, right? Drama slop tubers like me and many other people are gonna make videos about this content. It's gonna go viral. A lot of people are just dogging that shit on Twitter. Anybody looking for clout on Twitter is reposting or retweeting, right? Kingsman doesn't have to do anything. He played his cards very well. Again, I'm not talking about whether or not he genuinely feels this way. I'm just talking about the optics of it. And now he comes out on top. All he has to do is take the high road, say, hey, what can I say? I'm a gentleman. Don't go after these women for being women. And then he's gonna get all the fucking attention. I hear that he got so many more followers and engagements, and perhaps he can convert this, right? All this motion and traffic going to Kingsman's brand right now might be more profitable than the tournament winnings that would have, you know, cleared his college tuition.
Of his ability, but this clearly blew up well beyond anyone's wildest expectations. And Kingsman actually was able to make over $3,000, which would have been his cut of the prize money should they have won the tournament, through subs and donations the last time he streamed, which I believe.
You'll love to fucking see it, huh? God. I know there's a lot of fucked up things in this world and shitty behavior going rewarded, but then shit like this happens. It's just justice. It just feels right. A guy that got done dirty, an organized attack by content creators in their communities to defame this person, then it gets vindicated. And then the other side, the fucking vixens, bro, these succubi, they're getting canceled, they're losing sponsorships, their streaming careers are just... And then Kingsman, oh, he riding that motion up. It's just, what a good day.
I believe was last night. So a bit of a happy ending for Kingsman. Not exactly the smoothest sailing for his teammates that were bullying him, attacking him, and insulting him. That hasn't worked out super well so far. Anyway, that's really about it. So, yep.
I'm just glad that this world has reasonable average people that can look at a situation and realize that this is bullshit and come together and say, this is bullshit. Like, Kingsman could have been buried underneath, but like, average well-intentioned people, when they hear shit like this, they feel such like unfairness, you know? That's why people love these just random ass fucking drama, right? Somebody's cheating in a video game, somebody's getting canceled, whatever. They want to find the truth, and when they find out how nasty it was, all of the momentum goes on the victim side, and it's great to see. I think more of the drama receipts are going to come out, but I think this will probably just kind of finish off this kind of drama for now. But Dub Kingsman, please check out Moist Critical's video. Link to the video over here too. Yeah, Asmongold covered a video. He made a 50-minute video on it where he's just popping off and all the different receipts. Go check that one out too. With your help, maybe this small YouTuber can reach 80 million subscribers, guys. See you next time.